Okay, Andre just left. I'm totally gonna screw with him. So this thing is not leaking, but I got a cup of water here. I'm gonna flip the roof up and just make it look like it's leaking so when he comes back in, I can pick on him. Because that's what friends are for, right?
What are you looking at?
Hang on, I'll show you in a second. Oh, I got bad news, dude. So, you know, we had this thing running for like half hour and you were running around the yard. You just backed it into the shop.
Yeah.
Here's a puddle under there. I know. All right, now stop. I just came with you, dude. I threw water under there.
Real grown up. Sleepless kid.
Yeah, but it was worth it, right? All right, well, today is one of those adventurous days. I just got home. My dad's working on his project. You can see here the two toolboxes. They're gonna go under that shelf, and that'll be pretty cool. We're trying to track down the mystery leak on this skid loader, and for once, I got help. Meet Andre. Andre also has a background in construction, basically anything that burns fossil fuels, right? So, because we actually got two projects going on. We got this one here, and then you've also been helping me with Rusty Red right there. And I just thought it was awesome. I walk in the shop and I see somebody else that is fighting the nightmare that I've been fighting for a year, and that is trying to find our mystery hydraulic leak. As you can see too, it's also one of those things so very easily accessible, isn't it? I mean, it's just, you can get to it, no problem.
Yeah, it's not even hard to see.
Oh, I have hours of my life in that belly of that skid. Good news, it's an awesome machine. Bad news, it's not the funnest thing to work on. Okay, so if you see Andre right there in the skid loader driving around, putting the boom up and down, it's actually for a reason. What we're trying to do is figure out where this mystery leak is. We don't think it's in the final drive motors. We think it might be in the boom assist, but we're not quite sure. So actually what we did is we laid down some cardboard in the bottom of the belly pan. And actually last week when we first lifted that belly pan up, it was hideous. It was just filled with dirt and grease and oil, kind of what you'd expect. And I power washed it all off last week. And then I power washed it all off. That way we could try to put the cab back up. We had a clean surface. Hopefully we could try to isolate it. And that plan worked. We did see one spot in the lower belly pan that seemed wetter than the rest, or wetter with fresh oil. And we threw down some cardboard, and what we're just hoping is between all of that we can see what we can actually see and determine what line or what seal or what fitting is actually leaking. It's a downside of oil leaks. One, they always leak. Every piece of equipment, there's always something that either weeps or drips or leaks. Part of the beast, but hopefully it's something too over the top crazy and we can figure it out and get it fixed. Andre doesn't know how happy I am to see frickin' oil just barreling out of the bottom of a skid loader, because we think we're going in the right direction and got this figured out, at least trying to track down where it's actually leaking. That's okay. Do you remember me? Heck yeah. Do you remember me pointing that out to you? Like, hey, even after we hit this with brake parts cleaner, there's just a little bit of residue. Oh, yes. Okay, we've been fighting this leak for like 2 years. Oh my gosh, and the sucky thing is, as you can see, we got the cab up in the air, boom up in the air. Is it the joint?
Yep.
Nice, okay. That's why this is so awesome. I put thousands of dollars in hoses and crap in this thing in the last year. So that's what I'm grateful for. It's one of the hoses we didn't replace. It can't be my fault, yes! I think we got our answer.
Yep, it's
clearly not just loose. We're watching Andre work. We're happy about that. But you were asking me a question. Go ahead.
So, is it a line that we replaced, or is it a new one of the old ones?
No, luckily, and that's why I was grateful. It wasn't one of the lines we put in. It's one of the last few lines. So there's 2 hydraulic pumps on that machine. The first hydraulic pump, Andre's, yeah, that works. I've just fought those problems.
Well, Eric sent me up here to Cat to get some hoses. Guess we're gonna find out how much those are gonna be.
All right, Andre just left to go get hoses. What are we playing? The over under $1,000 game, the over under $1,500 game, and I just hope not the over $2,000 game. Which one is it?
It's 2 hoses. Hopefully it's under 1,000, but
It's also 2 fittings in the steel line. I told him let's put it all in new.
okay, so 1,500.
15?
Under 15.
Under 15? Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're both wrong, huh?
Both wrong.
Hey, I'll take being wrong.
I'll take it being cheaper.
Yeah. Heck yeah. All right, so we've been playing this game over or under. Now, I gave you $500 increments, right? 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. That was my guess. I figured around 15 because I figured those 90-degree steel ends would be pretty expensive, and I figured it's a dual wall or dual core hose. So I figured 1,500. What did you think, Dad?
I figured 895.
Oh,
Wow.
I figured 1,200. You were the closest.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep, $799.99.
Oh,
Throw a penny in, make it clean 800, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, well, hey, it just shows you. Every once in a while you get lucky.
Yep, it's cheaper than I expected.
You're way cheaper than I expected.
yeah.
I was okay with it though.
Yeah, taking a run, right? You have no idea how much time this machine sat in this corner.
Every time I came here, this kitty's been sitting in here.
Yeah. The worst one, the final, when we blew the line in the final drives, that one was no fun. And then last year when I had the 2 orbital motors leaking, that one was no fun. But I don't know. It wasn't leaking that bad this go around, but just enough to be annoying. And just like we talked, perfect time frame just to try to see if we can't figure it out. It's in the shop. It was cleaned up. But you got the new line in. I heard a few choice words over there.
One or two.
You probably heard a few under there too. Isn't it funny how some projects just fight you to the bitter end, and other projects, you know what, they're not so bad. I think that came apart really decent for you, but anytime we're dealing with dual wall, short hoses, trying to get them
new hoses.
And new, trying to get them bent back into kind of the positions they need to be in, it isn't easy, is it?
No, it's a fight.
So in other words, you don't want to become a full-time mechanic anytime soon?
If the money is right.
Yeah. Money changes everything, don't it? Well, we're going to clean the rest of the tools off it, but I think Andre's going to hop in there, drive around a little bit, see if we don't have it figured out. Hoping we do. And when we seen that cardboard leaking, or that wet cardboard underneath there, man, and then when you pulled it apart, we could actually see where there's a bad O-ring. Looks like it just kind of halfway blew out. But like we were talking, that's the hottest oil coming out of the pump. You know, I mean, just think that.
Highest pressure too.
Highest pressure, yep. So 12 years old, 14 years old, because it's 2012. I had a good life. That's why I like to look at it. It did its job, but I'm just hoping, for as elusive as this oil leak has been, I'm just hoping that we got it. Let's go find out.
It's gonna leak, you can see it now.
It's not gonna leak. You're just awesome.
We're hoping we just lucky.
That's what I'm hoping for too.
You got her. I think you're in good shape, man. I think what's there was just the residual that the cardboard kind of soaked up.
I'm hoping.
Because before it was all gushing out. Like that whole cardboard was wet. Like,
Yeah. Well, I also took in, you got that pile down there of like mulch.
okay, Andre just left. I'm totally gonna screw with him. So this thing is not leaking, but I got a cup of water here. I'm gonna flip the roof up and just make it look like it's leaking so when he comes back in, I can pick on him. Because that's what friends are for, right?
What are you looking at?
Hang on, I'll show you in a second. Oh, I got bad news, dude. So, you know, we had this thing running for like half hour and you were running around the yard. You just backed it into the shop.
Yeah.
Here's a puddle under there. I know. All right, now stop. I just fucking with you, dude. I threw water under there.
Real grown up. Sleepless kids.
Yeah, but it was worth it, right? Sorry that I had to play a joke on you. It was just too easy.
Yeah.
You gotta admit, like, if you were working with like a 20-year-old, you would have done the same thing. Like,
Oh, God,
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Go find me a pipe stretcher. Left-handed crescent wrench.
Yeah, I need that sailboat fuel. No, but we were looking at it. We think we got all the leaks fixed on it, which is awesome. And man, I'm just hoping from here on out we don't add nearly as much hydraulic oil as we did in 23. And 23 wasn't bad. 22 was the year that I was like, oh crap, now we got to do something or buy stock in Exxon. I'm just grateful though. Like I said, that oil leak had been elusive all these years. And I think that's kind of the way it's been. It's not that it's ever been a major gusher. It's just been drip, drip. And then, you know, earlier this spring when I had it ripped apart, it was the same thing. Just a couple little drips here, a couple little drips there, but nothing crazy. But eventually you get to that point where you're like, we got to fix it. I'm sick of putting oil in it. So nice feeling just knowing that should be good to go.